Anna Hazare broke his fast after Parliament discussed the Lokpal Bill, but the agitation by no means is over. He's also told us what's next on his agenda, electoral reforms. To discuss that very vital and important issue, joining me, S.Y. Quraishi, the Chief Election Commissioner himself. Mr. Quraishi, thank you for speaking with Headlines today. My first question to you, Anna Hazare helped push the issue of the Lokpal, the crusade against corruption, onto center stage. Do you think the issue of electoral reforms needs a similar nudge?
I think electoral reforms have been center stage already for quite some time, particularly in the last 8 months or so. We had this unprecedented event when a union law minister came to election commission himself for a meeting on a discussion on electoral reform. Then what we thought would be half an hour meeting became a 3.5 hour meeting. And we decided that the law ministry will organize 7 regional consultations across the country to elicit views on the reform proposal pending, and on that basis a bill will be proposed. He came a second time. I mean, not one but 2 visits he made, which shows that this has been very high on the government's agenda also. We are very optimistic that based on the feedback that we have now collected from across different parts of the country, the bill which is under consideration of the government will take care of all the concerns which we have been raising from time to time.
Mr. Quraishi, you're talking about 8 months. May I remind you here that electoral reforms has been on the agenda since 1990. In fact, one of the first committees that was set up was the Goswami Committee. It's 21 years. The political class is not showing the kind of urgency that we need to see on this issue.
Yes. No, you're right. Many of the reforms have been on the agenda for a long, long time. But some of the reforms were actually carried out a year and a half ago. For instance, when exit polls were banned and some security deposit that was increased, some reforms were introduced about a year and a half ago. Then the political party donations getting exempted from income tax was done in 2003. So some things have been happening, but the fact, as I mentioned, that the seriousness which the government showed by sending the law minister twice to the election commission, which has not happened in 60 years, shows that I think the government is already taking these suggestions seriously, and we do hope in the same spirit now they will take it to the logical conclusion.
Let me go back to Anna Hazare. Where did you stand personally? I mean, did you think he was doing the right thing? Were you somewhere supporting Anna Hazare and his cause?
I was asked this question many times from the day he started the fast at Jantar Mantar. I said that even Anna Hazare would not have been happy to do what he did, in the sense that to resort to fast. But the fact is that there is widespread corruption in the country. The fact is that people are getting fed up of it and they are getting impatient. So it is true, he focused attention on that. But at the same time, I have been saying that the institutions of democracy, constitutional institutions, have to be strengthened and not weakened. Now, we cannot take serious decisions of the nation on the streets. When we have a parliament, why have a decision-making power at Jantar Mantar? So this has been my stand from the beginning. And but at the same time, the other side, other point of view is that same parliament took 43 years to pass this act. Well, better late than never. But if you look at the quality of debate that we had in parliament, it was really so encouraging, so healthy to see that the MPs are cutting across party lines for expressing the same concern. And I am optimistic that on electoral reforms also, we will be able to build a consensus, and I think we are quite close to it.